I'm Brian Wilson. Let's take a look at some headlines from the Alberta Junior Hockey League as the season opened this past week. The Brooks Bandits have announced they're going to induct Anthony Paskaruk, former player, into the Smith Group Wall of Fame in a pregame ceremony tonight. Paskaruk, who is now 23 years old, will become the second inductee into the Wall of Fame after last year they inducted goaltender Chad Johnson, former Calgary Flame. Paskaruk is the all-time leader in games played for Brooks Bandits history with 357 total games. In Calgary, the Canucks have a brand new name for their home arena. Formerly the Max Bell Arena 1 is now the Ken Bracko Arena in honor of the late Ken Bracko, who had such an influence on the Calgary Canucks and minor hockey in the city for many, many years. It was made official at the home opener on September 17th as the Canucks took on the Olds Grizzlies. In Drumheller, Dragons forward Jordan Toppert is coming off a hat-trick performance in Drumheller's last game, a big 5-1 win over the Canmore Eagles. Toppert is expected to be a leader offensively on this team throughout the season and was just assigned an A on his sweater as an alternate captain. Meanwhile, newly named captain Andrew Kartusch is having a strong start to the season as well for the Dragons, posting 2 assists in 3 games this week. Andrew Kartusch feels like he has had a great summer and is ready for a big year.
I worked hard in the off season there and put in some time in the gym, and then came here in the fall and did very well. We have a very experienced veteran team right now, and I think we'll show the fans a great season this year.
Also joining Kartusch and Toppert in the Dragons leadership group is 19-year-old defenseman Gage Miskey and 18-year-old forward Marcus Boguslavsky. I caught up with head coach and general manager for the Drumheller Dragons, Kevin Hasselberg, to talk a little bit about the season to come, the new leadership group as well, and his approach to the season in his first year in Drumheller. Here's that conversation.
Well, I'm here with head coach Kevin Hasselberg of the Drumheller Dragons, getting ready for a brand new season. And Kevin, just wanted to first touch base with you a little bit. New team, new town. You've been here for a little bit now, but how are you settling in?
It's been a great transition. It's always easy when you're looking at small town Alberta. It's how I was born and raised, and we still call small town home with my wife and my kids living in North Battleford, and my other daughter is still living in Didsbury. So it seems to be what hockey is about, especially at this level, and making that transition that much easier. But this is my old stomping grounds. I grew up in the Red Deer River Valley, and so being in the hills and being surrounded with this kind of atmosphere is right up my alley.
Awesome. So great preseason, obviously 5-0-1 record, I believe, and that's a great start. So how do you plan and prepare for a game like this, and then also to carry that momentum and success throughout the season?
Let the kids play. Really, that's what it comes down to. We've got a lot of significantly skilled players that just want to express themselves with creativity, and we're going to make mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes in the preseason. I think we came back from being down in 3 of the 5 games or 6 games that we played. So it's that time of the year, and I think the players need that opportunity to figure themselves out and start to gel as a hockey team. But I'm pretty fortunate here with the group of players that we have. They've already had that opportunity to take care of that process. Now we can just jump into it and play some games.
So then how does that make your job easier as a coach when you have 18 or so returning players? They know maybe a different system, but they know the town, they know the team, they know each other. How does that help you coming into a new team as well?
Yeah, first and foremost, they were such a tight group last year, and that was extremely evident throughout the summer as we got to know the players, and that became the foundation of what we wanted to build on, and the culture that we wanted to create. So that transition was simple. There wasn't a lot to do when it came to having that brotherhood and teaching these guys what being a team and having teammates is all about. They're teaching the young players that already, and we spent a lot of time working with the leaders, and we're extremely proud of the leadership core that we have in this hockey team. And I know Andrew Kartusch, as captain, is going to do a tremendous job leading this team to new heights. So when you look at the team itself and the big picture of things, we're young. We've only got 3 20-year-olds on the roster, and we're carrying a 16-year-old, so we're all over the map with age. But when you look at experience, we certainly have a lot of that.
Yeah, and I guess that's my final question for you right now about the leadership group. Obviously, Andrew Kartusch has been a big part of this town and this team for a few years now. So when I saw that, that made a lot of sense. But how do you go about as a coaching staff, picking your team, picking your alternates, obviously with different age groups, different experience levels? How do you make the best fit?
We have to make it comfortable, and I really think that players have the opportunity to be themselves. And a lot of times as coaches, we come into camp and we make it a fearful situation for them where it's this or else, or we put limitations to what they can do. And what we really wanted to do is just let them play and let them be themselves and let them establish their routines. And we gave them a bit of a schedule to structure around, and we implemented our own philosophies. But at the end of the day, it's really about them having the opportunity to be themselves. And through that, we got to see a little bit about who they are and what they represent and what they mean. And it was very easy for us to come up with a leadership core. Certainly not identifying individual leaders, but I know this is that beyond those 4 players, we got a great dressing room of players that are all going to lead.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, Brian.
Kevin Hasselberg and the Drumheller Dragons take on the Spruce Grove Saints tonight. Game time is 7 o'clock. My name is Brian Wilson, and you've just gone Top Cheesy BarDeezy.